Good morning and welcome to our Keto Kitchen. Today we're going to make more keto Thanksgiving desserts. We're going to make cranberry swirl cheesecake bars. Let me show you the ingredients. Now, if you saw our pumpkin cheesecake recipe, this is almost the same, but with cranberries. Now, the crust is going to be chocolate, and I'm going to be using this monk fruit sweetener. I haven't tried it yet, so we're going to try it together. You can also use liquid stevia like we did with the pumpkin cheesecake, or any artificial sweetener that you use, like Swerve or erythritol. I want to try this monk fruit with allulose. So let's set the oven to 350 degrees, melt the butter, and start cooking the cranberries. Want them to pop and make them really smooth. I'm going to be using fresh cranberries. I've already frozen these, so they're going to be a little bit softer and cook faster than if you buy them fresh. They last in the freezer really well. We're going to use 1 cup. And we're going to add liquid stevia. We're going to start with half a teaspoon and see if we need to add more. Then after it's all cooked down, we're going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of xanthan gum to make it thicker. That's used a lot in keto cooking. Set it on low. Now, while that's cooking, we're going to start on the crust. And it is simple. It's the same concept as a graham cracker crust. It's easy because almond flour, it's going to give you that same crumbly texture. So we're going to use 3/4 a cup of almond flour. Now, almond flour is different than almond meal. Almond meal is still going to have the skins on them, and it's going to taste a little more bitter, and it's not going to be as smooth. 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. And 2 tablespoons of a sweetener of your choice. The most popular is Swerve, and I used to use that a lot. Now I'm testing different kinds of sweeteners, and I'm going to use this monk fruit with allulose. Plus half a stick, which is 4 tablespoons, 1/4 of a cup, of melted butter. And we're going to mix it well. I'm going to use here, let me show you. I'm going to use this whisk attachment. It's going to make it easier. I'm using a 9x9 pan. Now mine is glass. Most of my desserts I do in silicone. See all the different molds I have? But I don't have a 9x9. So I buttered it really well. And then you just press it in. It's just simple. You really can't overwork this crust. Now remember, keep your eye on the cranberries. I'm going to add a little bit of water. Now you don't need to pre-bake this crust. I think the cranberries are ready too. So let's get them all whipped up. Ooh, that was hot. Be careful, that was hot. It popped on me. It whipped up easily. If I was making a bigger batch, like if you wanted to make a whole cheesecake, like a double recipe, I might use my, hang on a second, my immersion blender. But there's just such a small amount, I don't think that would work. And I just used a tad of the xanthan gum because it was already so thick. So use wisdom on how much you add. Now let's work on the filling. Again, we're going to use this whisk attachment. You're going to use a full 8 ounces of cream cheese. The full thing. Now, organic isn't required. But did you know that Organic Valley, this company, it supports family farms. Check their YouTube videos. They have some cool videos out there. We're going to use 1 egg and we're going to beat it well before we pour it in because we want to make sure it gets in there really smooth. And 1 teaspoon of liquid stevia. And we're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Oh, the cranberries, when it popped on me, I took a little taste, and it's sweet enough. 1/2 teaspoon was perfect. You want it really creamy and smooth before you add in the eggs. So we're going to scrape the filling on top of the crust. Then we're going to dollop the cranberry mixture on top. And then we're going to use a knife to swirl it in. Now I've never made it in this 9x9 pan. I've always used these silicone cups. Like our pumpkin cheesecakes, we made 12. Well, we only made half that amount this time. So if you want to make these in little cups and make 12 of them, double the recipe. But just Dale and I are going to eat these, so I don't need 12. Do you know this is my absolutely favorite keto dessert? So I set the timer for 15 minutes. Then we're going to check because I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I've never made them in a 9x9 pan. When they're in the little cups, they take 20 minutes, but this is thinner. Now, during holiday times, you've got to have desserts, right? But if you're like me, by the time New Year rolls around, you want to get back to eating more healthy. So starting in January, we're going to be focusing on keto weight loss. What helped me lose 150 pounds? How did I do that? And how do I maintain it and not gain the weight back? I've eaten keto for 7 years. The first year I lost 100 pounds. And then it took about 4 more years to lose the last 50. Now, during the pandemic, I lost weight. I didn't gain like most people. So that's going to be our focus starting January. Then, of course, by February and Valentine's Day, we'll do some more desserts. But me personally, I can't eat desserts every day. But during the holiday times, this is a perfect Thanksgiving dessert. Now, if you watched our picnic packing video and you're curious what happened with the grandkids, where was our short? Well, it got canceled. Unfortunately, that morning, our son-in-law contacted us and said the whole family was sick. So we dropped it. If you missed the video where I packed it, I packed ham and cheese, keto crackers, our pumpkin cheesecake desserts, keto hot chocolate, salsa, guacamole, and keto chips. Now, having the picnic canceled and being left with all that food is a big reason I don't prepare non-keto food for family, because then I'm stuck with it here in the house, and it tempts me. Yes, even after 7 years, I get tempted. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I eat it, but I have to expend a lot of energy resisting it, and I don't want to do that. So in this house, we only have food that we can eat. And the family has learned to adjust to our food. Now, if you're looking for more keto videos or my weight loss story, check our other channel, Withrow Urban Homestead. We set that up 4 or 5 years ago, and I posted both keto and garden content. But recently I started this new channel for only our keto specific videos. I want to separate that content. And slowly I'll move the old keto videos over here. And the original channel will be about the garden. But if you're curious about more of our keto journey, check our old channel. The link will be in the description. I also always include in the description our recipes and the supplies we use and where you can buy them. If you use that link to the supplies, we're going to get a small commission at no extra cost to you. Okay, 5 seconds left. I think they're done. You don't want to overcook it. Isn't that beautiful? Now let it cool fully and then refrigerate it before you cut it. It'll hold its shape better. I plan to cut it in 4 segments and then in half, making 8 pretty good sized servings. And it's going to be 5.4 net carbs for each serving. If you want less carbs, then go ahead and make 16 servings. Cut it in half and half and half, so 4 by 4. That'll make it more, bite size. Now, how am I going to store these? Well, after they're fully cooled and refrigerated, I'm just going to put them in these little baggies, and I'm going to store the baggies in this container, and it's all going to go into the freezer. Cheesecake freezes really well. Now, if Dale and I don't eat all these during the holidays, then I'll probably cut those in half and have little bite size for his lunches. I make what I call lunch kits for him, and I have them in the freezer and the fridge. They're a quick, easy lunch for him. He works from home, but he still likes to have something fast and easy. When this is fully cooled and cut up, I'll put it in the thumbnail so you can see what it looks like. Hope that helps you enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday desserts. So thank you for visiting our keto kitchen. See you later. Bye-bye.